The Milwaukee Journal Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Better brands, bigger savings. By Pick and Save. New every day. By Frederick and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, where sports medicine experts help athletes maximize their potential. By Robert Hack Diamonds. Who do you trust when buying diamonds? Robert Hack Diamonds is the answer. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Welcome to Wisconsin Lutheran High School, home of the Vikings. Thanks for joining us tonight on Preps Plus. I'm Mark Stewart, prep editor of the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.
And I'm Lance Allen from today's TMJ4. Tonight, we take you to Camp Randall Stadium, where Wisconsin Lutheran, Waukesha West, and Arrowhead all compete for state titles.
Also tonight, we honor state champions in boys and girls volleyball, but we're going to start this week's show on the basketball court with a girl who's been a standout since her freshman year.
And she's also got basketball in her future, Mark. Here's Brad Preeter with the Boston Store featured student athlete.
Practices are non-stop, like intensity. It's so great. We have a great team this year too.
Gabby Green has played on conference championship teams every year at Milwaukee Pius High School. Of course, she wants to go 4 for 4, but a state championship is the ultimate goal.
That's our ambition for this year. We're all looking forward to getting up there again. That's our main ambition, conference as well.
While Gabby stands 5'5", Coach Scott Herrick says she plays more like she's 6'5" with incredible skills, leading the team in most categories.
You look at the stats at the end of the year, and she's first in scoring, first in assists, first in steals, and at some point during the year, she leads our team in rebounding, which is amazing. She ends up like second or third, but she just does everything and does everything well.
Ever since her freshman year, Gabby has been doing a whole lot of things on the court for Pius. Teammates have a good way to describe what she brings to the floor.
She brings all our energy. She is the most energetic person I've ever met, and she brings kind of like that fire and that energy that we definitely need.
Green brings more than just physical energy. She's now grown into a leader who wants to learn as much as she can and share that knowledge with younger players.
She's just matured into a fine young lady, and that's more important, I think, than the basketball stats.
That leadership also shows off the court. Gabby is the chairperson of her school's Thanksgiving Drive, which benefits the Milwaukee Homeless Veterans Association.
It's helping all the veterans who came back from war, and I feel like it's like we need to help them more because we don't appreciate them enough because they went out and fought for us.
Green is serious about that cause and, of course, about hoops. Otherwise, her personality is just the opposite.
The only time I've ever seen her serious is on the basketball court. Off it, she's hilarious, she's funny, she's always goofing around, like she's so funny. She's great to be around too. Like I have this really goofy personality. Everybody knows at school how goofy I am. I'm always playing around, but on court I'm really serious, so it's kind of different.
Next season, Gabby will play for Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois. This season, she wants to finish her high school career in style with a gold ball.
And I know she wants one thing to end this season, and like everybody else does, but she really wants it bad, and I know she's going to work hard for it. And she wants it for everybody else, too.
The Pius girls and boys will host the Hank Raymond's Holiday Classic over Thanksgiving weekend.
After that, Gabby and the Lady Popes will try to win another Woodland Conference championship. Now here's Colleen Hyder from Boston Store to do the honors.
Gabby, for all you do in school and for your sport, Boston Store is proud to present you with the Preps Plus Student Athlete of the Week Award.
Get jobs done faster and easier with Black & Decker. This Matrix 20-volt drill features the innovative Matrix Quick Connect system, which allows the user to change attachments for different jobs. Just $49. Expand your Matrix kit with additional attachments. Get the jigsaw or sander attachment, your choice only $19.88 each. Get this reciprocating saw, this trim saw, or this impact driver attachment, your choice only $27.88 each. Give the perfect gift every time with Menards gift cards.
What if you had a serious illness, but you never lost hope? That's how you'll feel at Frederick and the Medical College of Wisconsin's Health Network. Here, specialized teams of experts focus entirely on you, top to bottom, inside and out, looking at every treatment option, involving you in every decision. Our comprehensive academic approach puts you at the center of it all, giving you the hope you need to turn what-ifs into what is possible.
Save $1,000 on your college tuition. Pick and Save will award 2 $1,000 Preps Plus college scholarships to high school seniors from the 2015 graduating class. To fill out your Preps Plus scholarship application form, please visit jsonline.com/scholarship. Hurry, completed applications must be received by Saturday, December 20th.
We're back at Wisconsin Lutheran High School, or Wisco as some call it, here on Preps Plus.
We'll see the Vikings in the Division III state championship football game and Waukesha West competing for the D2 title. It's the Preps Plus highlights.
It's time for the WIAA Division III Football State Championship, where Wisconsin Lutheran is taking on Rice Lake. Wisco comes into the championship game undefeated with 13-0 record, while 10-3 Rice Lake has a strong running game, which they hope to use for the win. It was a chilly morning at Camp Randall, just 16 degrees, which led to a few turnovers throughout, but the first points of the championship game would belong to Rice Lake as they settle for 3 with a 29-yard field goal from Luke Fleming. It would take Wisco just 6 plays to march into the end zone as Austin DeNoyer steals 6 from the 2 for the Vikings. In the second, the Warriors would answer with a TD of their own after a forced fumble when Eric Hovde finds Noah Pierce wide open. The first half would round out with Wisco gaining momentum. Logan McShane sends one to Jacob Fry, and he's off to the races, taking the pigskin for 48 yards. 5 plays later, McShane finds Anthony Carver, and he stomps into the end zone, sending Wisco into the locker room 20-10 over Rice Lake. Wisco would keep their momentum rolling in the second half, scoring back-to-back TDs with the help of Quinton Reed on the blocked punt and Bryce Roberts with the recovery. The second TD comes with a handoff to DeNoyer, who's barely touched in his 13-yard score. That's 27 unanswered points with a 2-point conversion to Carver. Vikings lead 34-10 at the end of the third, but the Warriors continued to fight. It's Hovde with the quarterback keep, and he's in for 6, but that will be it for the Warriors. Wisco's leading rusher Terrence Ward would seal the deal as the D3 2014 champions with his second TD of the night, a 2-yard jaunt.
We had a rough one last year, and I know all the seniors this year, didn't want to repeat that, and we knew what it felt like. And it's great to end my football career on a good note. It's awesome.
The defense was solid today, and it was a good win.
To win 14 games is an incredible accomplishment. We had a couple of battles, and we had some adversity we had to go through, but in the end, these guys conquered every opponent that they faced, and I'm real proud of them. This is a great atmosphere, and I wish we could do it every year.
Waukesha West and Menasha took similar paths to get to the Division II state championship game. In fact, the two teams won their playoff games by similar scores each week, and each team won its state semifinal game by 1 point. The Wolverines brought an 11-2 record to Madison, and they look sharp early on. Garrett Bartelt takes a hit, stays on his feet and in bounds, and gets down to the 1-yard line. That sets up a touchdown, 7-0 Wolverines. Tied at 7 later in the first quarter, West's top rusher J.R. Scott gets free. In the open field, he makes a nice move. Scott picks up 46 yards to the Blue Jays 40. Later in the drive, 3rd and long, it's Connor Blount scrambling. He'll buy time and then find Tyler Remmers, who makes a great catch at the 3. Next play, it's Peter McCudden scoring his second touchdown of the game, 14-7 West. But the undefeated Blue Jays have an elite athlete in senior quarterback Tyler Johnson. He races 39 yards to make it 14 apiece. Then in the closing seconds of the half, Johnson will air it out to Kelvin Madrano. 36-yard touchdown, Menasha leads 21-14 at the break. The Blue Jays drive again to open the third, deep into Wolverine territory, before Peter McCudden rips the ball free and then recovers the fumble. West would then drive for a field goal. The opening minutes of the fourth quarter spelled doom for West.
Menasha would return an interception for a touchdown. Then the Blue Jays recover this fumble, and that leads to another TD. It's Tyler Johnson again. 23 yards this time. He rushed for 151 and 3 scores. Menasha takes the Division II title. Waukesha West brings home the runner-up trophy, along with a lot of pride in having their season end in Madison.
This ride could have ended 3 or 4 weeks ago. We got to play a whole nother half season, and couldn't be any more proud of the guys. These guys have worked hard all year. We're a family now, and people can't take this away from us. We got here.
Nobody dictated to us when we came off of our practice field over at Waukesha West. And we played as long as we possibly could. You guys played their hearts out today. It just didn't happen for us. We had to make more plays.
Arrowhead was the 2-time defending state champion in Division I.
But the Warhawks weren't necessarily considered the favorite in their matchup against last year's D2 champs. It's back to Madtown for the Menards Game of the Week.
If you're a fan of great storylines, you have to love the Division I championship matchup. On one side, you have Arrowhead, who's won back-to-back state titles. They're going for the three-peat. Their opponent is Kimberly, who many feel is the top team in the state of Wisconsin this year. Kimberly's last loss was in 2012 to Arrowhead in the playoffs. Since then, the Papermakers have won 27 straight games. The Warhawks started the season just 3-3, and it could have been worse, but they righted the ship and have won 7 straight. But Kimberly is a different beast. Opening drive, Blair Mulholland with some nifty moves up the middle, and just like that, it's 7-0 Papermakers. Next possession, Kimberly back on the attack. Austin Weinberg rolls and fires a perfect strike to Jake Johnson. A 20-yard score, Makers up 14. But the defending champ shows some fight. QB Johnny Duranzo with the keeper as he picks up a first down. Very next play, Duranzo with the bullet to Justin Parrott, and the junior does the rest. 27 yards in all, and the lead is cut in half. But Kimberly responds in a big way. They march down the field as Mulholland caps the drive with this score. Papermakers showing some crazy muscle, up 21-6. Then just before half, a backbreaker for the Warhawks. Weinberg survives this hit and tallies 7 more. Kimberly on their way up 28-6 at half. Needing some magic in the second half, a great start for Arrowhead. Cody Selhausen breaks loose up the gut. He is finally dragged down after a big gain of 61, but the Warhawks turn the ball over on downs. On to the fourth, Arrowhead knocking on the door, but Duranzo is flushed and his toss is picked off by Colin Tessner. The Papermakers leave no doubt who the best team in the state is as they dominate the Warhawks 31-6.
We tried our best and we played hard, but that's a great team. I mean, they've been hyped for a reason, and they just came up one short.
We fought our hardest, and we're better tonight, and that's all we asked for, is fight as hard as we can.
We've got to give it up to the Classic 8 Conference for sending 2 teams to the state finals. Congratulations to Arrowhead and Waukesha West, and of course, Wisconsin Lutheran for outstanding seasons.
And of course, stay tuned. We have a couple of local teams that won state volleyball championships. We will honor them coming up next on Preps Plus.
When you time things right, food tastes better. At Pick and Save, we start with quality products, like our full line of USDA Choice Black Angus beef, selected for exceptional tenderness and rich flavor, then cut fresh daily right here in our stores. Doing what matters for your family, every hour, every minute, every meal. Pick and Save, new every day.
When you're diamond shopping, variety is important. At Robert Hack Diamonds, we'll show you multiple diamonds side by side underneath the microscope and show you what to look for when buying a diamond. GIA graduate gemologists are on staff for expert diamond grading. Robert Hack has affordable prices on all diamonds, including diamonds certified by the GIA. Need a mounting for your diamond? Our selection is huge. Buy your diamonds today at Robert Hack Diamonds or visit roberthackdiamonds.com.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Davon House may not be a starter for the Packers, but he is a key contributor for a very deep position on Green Bay's roster.
We're taking it to the house. It's time for Pick and Saves from Preps to Pros.
My priorities would say, of course, God first, and then take care of my wife, and then taking care of my son, and then football. Me and my wife, wife's my best friend. I met her freshman year in college, fell in love with her. Really the first day I met her. We got married in 2012, so going 2 years and a couple months now.
Davon and his wife, whose maiden name coincidentally is also House, have formed a home with their son Lavon, who was born in May.
For me, growing up, I loved children. Couldn't wait till I had one, and now that I have one, that's probably the happiest moment I ever had.
Now in his 4th season as a Packer, House set career highs in many statistical categories last season. He writes down his goals, whether they be football or personal, or both.
I'll write it up where I can see it every day. So right now it's in my locker. So I have that goal in my locker so that it reminds me every day what I'm trying to do every day. One of those is watching my mouth. Whenever I get very, very frustrated, I say things I don't mean at all.
House has built his career on a simple foundation, one which has taken him from high school north of Los Angeles to New Mexico State University to the Green Bay Packers.
For me, a pro is someone that does something right every day. The right way. I mean, pro is not just an athlete, professional athlete. I mean, you're a pro. You know, the guy behind the camera is a pro. Whatever you do in life, just try to be the best at it.
The volleyball team at Divine Savior Holy Angels has had a couple weeks to savor its state championship. The team was honored in a ceremony at the school this past week.
And now we honor them as the Robert Hack Diamonds Team of the Week.
It's been a long time coming for the Divine Savior Holy Angels volleyball team, and for the first time since 2001, they're able to call themselves champions.
We came in 5th place, we then came in 3rd place, and then we came in 2nd place. And this was our mission, I guess. It's about seeing a bunch of young women accomplishing what their goals are, and then, you know, being able to brag about that the rest of their life.
These girls set some lofty goals, and they aren't leaving the season disappointed.
We decided that we are going to go all the way to state. We are not going to settle for anything less, and we decided that we were going to set goals along the way, including first in conference, conference championship, and then obviously regionals and sectionals and things like that, and we accomplished all of our goals all the way up to the last one, which is really cool.
We knew from the start we were going to win state. We had a mentality that we weren't going to lose, and we would accept nothing but the state championship.
Although they were off to a slower start at the beginning of the season, these girls were able to rally and end their season with a 45-4 record.
It's still hard to believe a little bit, but it was all through teamwork, all through hard work, and we played incredible teams along the way, and we really handed to them because they pressured us to be the best that we could be as well.
The whole was greater than the sum of the parts, and so that speaks to good teamwork and team components that helped a lot, as well as they just played fearless throughout the season, and match after match, and the record 45-4 reflected that.
All of us are very competitive, both in academics and athletics, but we all pushed each other to be the best that we could be, both players and people, and we really got closer over the team. We became sisters.
Before the final showdown, these Dashers really came together in a special and unique way.
Emotions were definitely running high, more excitement and maybe a little bit of nervousness, obviously state championships. But we went to the chapel in Appleton where we practiced, and we wrote down our fears on a piece of paper, and we handed them to each other. So we didn't know who was praying for us, but we prayed that their fears would be put away, and then we stomped on the pieces of paper just to let everyone know that everyone has fears, but it's all going to be okay, and we're all going to push through it, and we did, so it was awesome.
It was such a surreal moment. It was amazing being with these girls. I wouldn't have rather won with anyone else, and I think this was the perfect group to do it, and we did it.
Congratulations, DSHA, on being the Robert Hack Diamonds Team of the Week and for being D1 state champions.
We were polite here and went ladies first with our volleyball champions.
Next, we'll check out the guys' state championship match on Preps Plus. But before we go, let's meet the only thing in the room more explosive than Lance Allen.
Yeah, but Mark, I'm going to light him up.
Boom!
Timing. Pick and Save knows how important it is. Whether we're flying today's catch in from the coast or stocking produce from a local farm, faster is better. We know how important your time is too. That's why we now promise you a faster and friendlier checkout every trip to our store. Pick and Save. New every day.
When you're diamond shopping, variety is important. At Robert Hack Diamonds, we'll show you multiple diamonds side by side underneath the microscope and show you what to look for when buying a diamond. GIA graduate gemologists are on staff for expert diamond grading. Robert Hack has affordable prices on all diamonds, including diamonds certified by the GIA. Need a mounting for your diamond? Our selection is huge. Buy your diamonds today at Robert Hack Diamonds or visit roberthackdiamonds.com.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Imagine you're diagnosed with something serious. How far would you go to find the best treatments, the best doctors? 100 miles? 1,000? How about right in your neighborhood? With Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin's Health Network, renowned physicians and breakthrough treatments are practically outside your door. 3 hospitals, over 25 locations, and more than 2,000 doctors, all connected to the region's only academic medical center. Now what is possible is closer than ever. Call to find the right doctor for you.
From picking the perfect color to our outstanding no prep, no prime formula, Menards and Dutch Boy make transforming your world easy. Go Dutch. Dutch Boy Platinum Paint, available at Menards.
Each year, millions of athletes suffer from sports-related injuries, ranging from heat stroke to strains and broken bones. Here to talk with us about injury prevention is Dr. Carol Vetter, Medical Director of the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Sports Medicine Center and team physician for both the U.S. speed skating team and the Milwaukee Wave. Dr. Vetter, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
People in general and even athletes may have a tendency to avoid getting an evaluation or treatment for injuries. Tell us why that's not a good idea.
If you delay in getting your diagnosis, then you will delay in your return to what you want to be doing, the activities you want to be doing. So getting a good diagnosis and getting on a treatment plan will speed up your recovery and get you back to what you want to do sooner.
What can athletes do to prevent an injury?
So prevention really comes from strength and conditioning and being in good condition, in a safe condition to be playing your sport. So if you do have an injury, getting involved in a physical therapy program will really improve your chances of getting back to what you want to do quickly and safely.
All right, Dr. Vetter, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
To learn more about the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Sports Medicine Center, visit freighter.com/sports.
The boys volleyball season came to a thrilling conclusion just right up the street at Wisconsin Lutheran College.
Scott Babler has the highlights of the title match in the Preps Plus Spotlight.
Wisconsin Lutheran College in mid-November means 2 things: the boys state volleyball final and Marquette High. The Hilltoppers making their 13th straight tournament appearance, winning 7 titles. Meanwhile, their opponent, New Berlin United, comes in red hot with a 9-match winning streak and early in the season beat Marquette 3 straight games. As expected, this was quite a battle. Game 1, watch Hilltopper Mark Heinen sky for this spike. We are even at 14. But United makes the plays down the stretch. 6'4" Tyler Obradovich blocks this Heinen shot to the perfect spot. Point, and game 1 goes to New Berlin 25-21. United keeps that momentum in game 2. This Quinn Farrell rocket is way too hot to handle. New Berlin up 8. Then on game point, it's Obradovich with a little tapper down the line. It stays in, and United is up 2-0, winning 25-16. Down 2 games, the pressure was on for Marquette, and the defending champs respond in a big way. Their shortest player, Donald Foley, with the winner, toppers up by 7. Now 24-22 Marquette when Drew Riley delivers the final blow with this bullet. It's off the defender. Hilltoppers right back in it, down just 2-1. And they keep things going in game 4. Here's Evan Mason right at us with the smash. Marquette up by 3. But United rallies. Matt Zeski goes high for this kill. That shot is definitely belt-worthy. New Berlin by 3. But the Toppers dig deep and answer. On game point, Zeski's shot is stolen by Foley. Marquette wins 25-22 as we are now even at 2 games apiece. On to an epic game number 5. Toppers grab the early advantage. Here's Foley with the pretty drop shot. They're up 3. But United claws their way back. Here, John Collins with the rejection. 13-12 New Berlin. They're just 2 points away from victory. But Marquette shows their championship pedigree by scoring the match's final 3 points. Here on the finale, United cannot corral this laser by Riley. The Toppers with a hard-fought 15-13 win in Game 5 and state championship number 8 for the volleyball trophy case as they go back-to-back.
We put ourselves in pressure situations all the time because being an elite team and playing all these hard matches against all these hard teams all year, like it just prepares us for this stuff.
The majority of us are seniors. It was our year. We just kept fighting, kept pushing. And that's what Marquette's about. So it was a great win.
You know, I can't say enough about these guys. We had 10 seniors working their tails off every day, coming in practice, and they believed in what we had as far as our mission goes.
I've got an incredible group of young men that work so hard for me every day in practice, and they're so loyal and for their teammates, and it's just, I love my team.
That's a wrap for tonight and for the fall sports season.
Next week, we jump right into hoops action, so watch us next Sunday night for basketball highlights and much more. Have a great Thanksgiving. Till next time, I'm Mark Stewart.
And I'm Lance Allen. Thanks for watching Preps Plus.
The Milwaukee Journal Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Better brands, bigger savings. By Pick and Save. New every day. By Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, where sports medicine experts help athletes maximize their potential. By Robert Hack Diamonds. Who do you trust when buying diamonds? Robert Hack Diamonds is the answer. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.